Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Sian and today I have for you an Ask Me Anything. I asked over on Instagram if any of you had any questions for me and you came up with some wonderfully weird and wacky and some normal questions. So I'm going to jump straight into them. If you could go anywhere in the world tomorrow, where would you go? Now, I'm going to assume that this is without COVID happening. The one place that I am desperate to go to is Finland, kind of all northern Scandinavia basically. I would love to go there. I would really love to get the train from Finland through to Russia. So basically anywhere cold. I love the cold, I love the dark. I'm definitely a winter kind of person, so that would be perfect for me. I would head to Iceland. I know the Northern Lights it's not the right time of year for the Northern Lights, but I would love to see them. So they're top of my bucket list, absolutely top of my bucket list is to go to Iceland or Finland. Next question, you're going to be alone on a desert island for a year. What 3 luxury items are you taking with you? Oh my goodness, a luxury. Right, I'm heading to an island, 3 luxury items. I think things would run out pretty quickly though, wouldn't they? I want to say a book, but then I'd just have to read the same book over and over, but then that would be better than not reading a book. I feel like I might be overthinking this one. A big book, a really long book. That might take me a while to read. Something that produced ice, because I don't really like being in the heat, and I'm assuming this island is hot. And an umbrella for some shade. If it's a cold island, then the answers are going to be totally different. But my assumption was it was a hot island. Would you rather know when you will die or how you will die? I definitely do not want to know when I will die. That doesn't interest me in any way, shape or form. So I would definitely go for how I die, because you never really know if that's going to be like, you know, you just keep living your life day by day and hopefully it's not going to be for a very long time. Yeah, slightly morbid question. Favourite piece of life advice? Now this probably came from my grandma, and she said if you haven't got the money, don't buy it. Meaning don't ever get credit cards, don't get credit, don't get loans. And to be fair, I've pretty much stuck to that. I had a credit card once to buy one thing. I bought the thing and then cut up the credit card. I think I would be fine with a credit card, but I don't want to risk that I wouldn't be. So that was probably my favourite piece of advice, I think. Although there's loads out there, but my grandma was pretty good at advice and pretty no nonsense as well. This is a good question. What are your goals between now and the end of 2020? I have been feeling very lost throughout lockdown. I obviously felt like a total loss of identity with the B&B not being open, with not working. I have a very big announcement in my next YouTube video, which will be up on Thursday, so stay tuned for that. But it's very exciting. Life goals. I am starting a new business, which is exciting. I'm trying to push myself more. I like a challenge, and the B&B is not a challenge to me. It's not a job I ever really wanted to do. It's one I happened upon because I cared for my grandma, and then when she was no longer here, no one else wanted to do it, basically. This is not my dream job. It does not challenge me. I need a challenge, and I've finally decided to grab one with both hands. So I have a big challenge coming up, which is in this business, and that's exciting. Every year for the last 3 years, I think I had a goal of getting 5,000 followers on Instagram, and every year it goes down, like my number of followers. So I thought I was on like quite a good trajectory, and then I don't know, I think I'm just too boring for Instagram. Yes, so those are kind of my only real goals. I don't tend to have that many. I don't like to set goals in case I don't achieve them, and then I feel crushed with self-loathing and guilt. It's probably a good reason not to have a goal, isn't it? What made you adopt a dog from Cyprus? Loving all the dog posts, by the way. We adopted from Cyprus because I very specifically wanted a Vizsla. And Vizslas are not the kind of dogs that kind of come up into normal rescues in the UK. We've been registered with 2 different rescues in the UK for the last 3 years, and neither of those rescues have had a Vizsla or a gun dog or any type of dog like that. So I've been in like a Vizsla Facebook group for 5 years now, and I love it in there. And someone said, oh, you can adopt Vizslas from Cyprus, and I was like, well, that sounds amazing. Obviously going into lockdown meant we were going to be at home all the time. I mean, I'm at home, I work from home anyway, so I am at home. But it meant there were no guests coming in at the house. It was a perfect time to be getting a dog for us. So we looked into it, and Cyprus, there are so many dogs there. They treat animals really badly there. And so many dogs needing a home. We obviously have a lot of space here. So we just decided to go with Cyprus, and our dog Lewis is a Vizsla Pointer Cross. So perfect kind of gun dog, but quite a small one, which is really good because he's not too big. We had been on the lists of 2 different charities over here, and in all of the time that we were with them, the right dog just didn't come up. So we were matched to Lewis before we even saw his picture or anything. So we had no idea what he looked like. I didn't necessarily want a male dog, but that's what we've ended up with, and we absolutely adore him. So I'm sure there'll be more footage of Lewis, especially over on Instagram. He's already made his debut on TikTok as well. How did you come about owning a B&B, and is it something you would recommend? We don't own the B&B. We don't own this house at all. I just manage it. So it happened because I was caring for my grandma who had bowel cancer, and we kind of knew that she didn't have that long to live, and she had been running the B&B by herself. So when she died, there was kind of no one to do it. So I offered to do it because I'd just finished university. I don't enjoy it. It's not my kind of business at all. I don't get much reward from doing it, but that's not to say I wouldn't recommend it. I think with children it's really, really hard because it's so much hard work. There is so much that goes into it, and if it's not a profitable business, which this isn't because it just keeps a big house running, then it's hard because you can't employ anyone to come in and help you with things. So seriously think about it if it's something that you want to do. You are obviously always having people in and out of your own home, and that's kind of difficult and a very odd thing to get your head around quite a lot of the time. On the same vein, do you always see yourself running a B&B? No, absolutely not. As I said before, it's not my passion. This is not what I want to do. This is something I've ended up doing. My previous jobs involve working in prison, working in a mental health ward in hospital, and working for the BBC, all very kind of caring roles, I guess, and I would like to see myself in some kind of like high-powered-ish role, but helping people. That's kind of what I'd like to see in the future. And I didn't go to university to get a degree to then run a B&B. That wasn't in my plan, but it's just how it ended up. Where would you travel if you could go anywhere? Ties in with my previous answer. It would definitely be Scandinavia. I think I could live there. The only other place I think I could really live that's not here is Guernsey, Jersey-ish. Yeah, not far away, but it like feels very continental, which I quite like the idea of. Dream dinner party. You can invite 1 living, 1 dead, and 1 fictional character. I love that idea. Right, I really should have read these before I started filming. 1 living would be Barack Obama or Michelle Obama. Can I just invite the Obamas? No, that's not one. Right, Barack Obama. Oh, Michelle Obama. One of them. I wouldn't really mind. I'd send the invite to both of them and one of them could come and I would be perfectly happy with whoever came. Barack or Michelle Obama. My fictional character would have to be Ove from A Man Called Ove because I love him. I'm absolutely in love with him. If you haven't read the book, it's by Fredrik Backman. It's my favourite book in the whole wide world. And Ove is he's just a wonderful character. I love him. Yeah, he would be my fictional character. The dead person, I would go with Robin Williams because I think he would be a real giggle at a dinner party, and that would be like an amazing mix of people. Quite a male group of people. Read from that what you will. Where does all your inner confidence come from? Have you always been that way? Now, this is something I've discussed in my therapy recently. I do have a lot of confidence, and I'm kind of a bit of a split personality, because at the same time there's an anxious, scared part of me. So you wouldn't think that I suffered from anxiety and things like that. When I was 16, I had like uber confidence, confidence enough to leave school and go and work in London, and then move to London when I just turned 17. So I had like a confidence in my own ability from a very young age. I was given a lot of independence as a child, and I think that really helped. So I've never felt like I couldn't do things. I said this to my husband the other day. I look at job applications, like job specs, and I kind of go, yeah, I could do that. Generally for most jobs, I will be like, yeah, I could do it. And that kind of confidence has always been there, but I do beat myself up an awful lot. So I don't know how the two of those things merge, and that's kind of what I'm trying to work through in therapy, is merging my two people into one. I feel like I've got a bit deep on this one. But yes, I have always had an inner confidence. I love meeting new people. I'm very outgoing, so that has always been there. The final one is from my sister, and it says, who is your favourite slag and why? And I bet she thought I wouldn't put that on there. It's you, Meg. You're my favourite slag. That's it. Those are all the questions that you asked me. I think they are random enough to fill a video, and I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you again soon. Alright, bye.